Good morning and welcome to this webinar, Getting Started with Mobile Ticketing, Vouchers and Loyalty, brought to you by Textlocal. I'm Andy Heming and today I'll be joined by my colleague and mobile specialist, Matt Hughes. Morning, Matt.
Morning.
Now, today's webinar focuses on Messenger's most recent addition to its rich tapestry of functionality, ticketing. So in addition to Messenger's more recent developments, attachments, surveys and data capture forms, Messenger can now provide you the ability to produce and distribute a mobile ticket, voucher or loyalty card via SMS. So why launch, develop ticketing, vouchers and loyalty? Well, here at Textlocal we've been delivering business mobile messaging innovation for nearly a decade now. And following a request from a leading environmental charity to develop a paperless barcode entrance ticket for a showcase event in London, ticketing was born. With the explosion over the past 15 years of retail-related loyalty cards and schemes, I don't know about you, but the competition for my wallet space is truly ferocious. I have over 9 cards in my wallet. Shell Driver's Card, Latasca, Nando's, Crew Clothing and Oyster, to name a small selection. So as a business owner or marketeer, wouldn't it be amazing if you could instantly create a voucher, ticket or loyalty card, personalise it, then deliver it by text within seconds, track it via Messenger's reporting tool, and then redeem it with Messenger's mobile app? Well, now you can. So if you're looking to send a simple one-off ticket for an event and redeem it on the move with Messenger mobile app, send your customers a 20% off voucher or coupon, or inspire loyalty with a virtual mobile loyalty card, all stored on your mobile phone in Passbook. Matt will show you how, and as you will see, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. So with some audience participation, it's now over to you, Matt.
Thanks very much. Right, so we're going to have a look at ticketing today. So within Messenger, you'll see between mobile pages and surveys, we've got the new functionality ticketing. So we'll go down to New Ticket. Okay, first of all, it's a case of deciding what type of ticket we're going to send out. Now, as Andy mentioned, there's 2 types of tickets. You've got a single-use traditional sort of ticket or voucher, so gaining entry to places, set percentages of discount off, things of that nature, through to a loyalty card, things along the lines of, as the example says there, buy 5 coffees, get you 6 on free. So we're going to look at a single-use ticket or voucher first of all. So we'll select it, give the ticket a name. And you can set an expiry date as well. Obviously, if it's an open-ended offer, you can leave that blank. So the second stage of the process is to decide which way you're going to make the codes go out. So it's a case of either firing the ticket code out to customers directly to their numbers, or asking people to text into an inbound system to have the ticket sent back to them. So for this example, we'll use the outbound approach of sending codes directly to customers' handsets. We're going to select our group, and this is the group of today's attendees to today's webinar. Okay, we now need to define the unique ticket code format. So it's a case of deciding whether you'll include numbers and or letters. And the code length gives you an exact idea on the right-hand side the amount of permutations that can be generated. Click Continue. And this is where we'll decide where these codes are going to be stored within Messenger. So, for example, if you already had a contact group, you might need to duplicate it if you already had information stored in your custom fields, as the unique ticket code could overwrite the custom field when you store it into one of these. So we'll store the ticket code into the custom 3 field, and we'll just select to overwrite any data if there's there at the moment. Okay, so this is the first stage of actually designing the ticket itself. So this is the way that the ticket is delivered via a mobile landing page. So see at the top you have your different download methods for the ticket itself. So you have your option to add into Passbook or Passwallet on Android. You have 3D QR code, which can be scanned with most smartphones, or you have the normal sort of 2D barcode, which again can be scanned by most smartphones and barcode scanners. A little bit further down, you have the page content. So this is where you can start to personalize it and brand it to your business. So including your company colors and logos, and changing the name of the business on the ticket as well. A little bit further down, you can include additional information for your customer as well, so potentially instructions on how the ticket would work, how it can be redeemed, and so on. And again, as per the other functions in Messenger, you can include the merge fields or attachments tool within the mobile landing page as well. So for example, personalizing the ticket with your customers' first names and any other customer information you hold for your customers. And be able to add attachments as well. So for example, sending out a voucher for 10% off an evening meal booking, why not include the menu on the ticket so they can view what they're going to eat. And towards the bottom, you'll see there as well, you've got an additional text box towards the bottom. So again, any other further information you'd need to include to keep your customers up to date. When we click continue, this is where we can now start to create the Passbook template. So for those of you on Apple devices, you'll be familiar with Passbook. Android devices, similar software is PassWallet. It's basically a place where you can store tickets, loyalty cards, and so on, rather than having the wallet space taken up that Andy alluded to. So we're going to select the new Passbook template. You can see that you can edit the Passbook template here. So again, as per with the mobile landing page, you have the ability to change background colors, text colors, a little bit further down, the content of the ticket can be changed. And again, you can update the front or the back of the ticket. So from the front, for example, you might want to include the company logo, colours, names, any other helpful information such as maybe the venue of an event, the venue of where the voucher can be redeemed. And of course, most critical part, the QR code is included on there to hold all the information relating back to the ticket. So we'll save off the ticket now. Just going to give it a little name to save it. There we go. So click and continue. We're heading towards the final stages of creating the ticket now. So this note is basically telling us that at the time of redemption, Messenger will tell you automatically if the ticket is valid or if it's already been redeemed. In addition to this, you can set up text or email notifications to individuals or groups. So from the business owner's perspective, being alerted to the fact that tickets are being redeemed, and from the customer's perspective, receiving messages updating you of any calls to action or next steps in the redemption process. Well, so that's our ticket created. So we'll send that out to the group now. So over the next 3 to 5 seconds, you should all receive an example ticket from us. So when that comes through, obviously open up the text, click the link. It will take you through to the mobile landing page first of all. And then from there, you can add it into your Passbook so it's stored long after the text has been deleted. Okay, so for the second stage of the webinar, we'll have a look at an inbound use of it. So rather than us pushing a ticket directly out to our customers that are stored in Messenger, we can ask people to text to an inbound system to be able to receive the tickets back. So we'll go ticket to new ticket once more. This time, we'll do a multiple use, more like a loyalty type card. And this time we're going to use option 2. So asking customers to text in to receive a reply containing the ticket number. So we're going to select the group that we would like people to text into to receive their ticket back. And as per with the single-use ticket, selecting letters, numbers, and the length of the code. Again, as per on the first step, download methods at the top. You've got your options to add logos and brand names in at the top of the page as well. Any additional information that your customer might need. Again, being able to add in merge fields to give it that personalized touch and attachments into there as well. And again, at the bottom, additional footer text and the option to add in further links to reading material or personalising the ticket with merge fields. So clicking continue will then edit the passbook so that once the ticket is received, people can then have the ticket stored off in their passbook or pass wallet. Now this is the only part where the process differs. So with a multiple use ticket, you have to remember that there's different stages in there. So it's a case of setting up the breakpoints or various action points that are triggered when a ticket is redeemed at various points. The action that would be sent to the customer, i.e. thanks very much for buying your fourth coffee, one more to go, then your next one's free, or message back to the business owner advising that, for example, this ticket's been redeemed 5 times, please give them their free coffee. You can see there as well, different actions can be created, so not only text alerts as you'd expect, but also email and URL notifications as well. And you can see here as well, you can literally create as many breakpoints as you like, so it could be a longer term sort of ongoing redemption scheme as well. There we go, so the ticket's now created, we just need to configure it to an autoresponder on a box. Excuse me 1 second. So we're going to go ticketing link. Here's the loyalty one that we've just created. And insert ticket link. So we've set up our autoresponder now to respond back out with our loyalty ticket. So to get an example of how that would work, if you could alt text the word Andy, so A-N-D-Y, to 60777. And again, within 3 to 5 seconds, you should receive back a multiple use ticket or voucher. So you can see both processes are fairly simple, whether it's a single use or a multiple use voucher that you're creating. The difference between the two is literally the breakpoints at the end of a multiple use voucher where you'll set up the various trigger points for actions to be completed by either the customer or the business owner. Other than that, it is literally a 5 or 6 stage process to be able to offer loyalty schemes and redemption schemes that have previously been the reserve of bigger, more corporate businesses. So this is opening up this kind of realm of loyalty and voucher redemption to businesses of all sizes. And that's more or less it. So I'll hand back to Andy for our final sort of closing statements.
Thanks, Matt. It's really useful, thanks. Just before we sort of close off, it's got a few questions that have come in. There's been a couple of questions that have been repeated by a number of you. So it makes sense to answer those before we let you go. I think the most generic question was how much will it cost after the free trial? So if I can just sort of run through that for me, Matt.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as Andy mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, the ticketing system is free until the end of August, so you've got time to sort of get familiar with it, make as many tickets and send them out as you wish to familiarise yourself with the new functionality. On an ongoing basis from there, you'll have 2 pricing structures, much like the survey tool that we launched last time. So you'll have a pay-as-you-go option, no ongoing fees, just literally using 2 credits to push out each ticket or voucher that you design. You can of course create and design as many different tickets as you wish free of charge, and you'll use 0.2 credits to redeem each voucher or ticket that you send out. So it's ideal for sort of ad hoc or smaller use. For bigger volume users or for people who are going to be doing a lot of ticketing, there's a contracted option whereby you'll pay a monthly fee, which is £25, or again over a 6 or 12 monthly period, we can discount those by 20 or 40% respectively. So best case scenario, £15 per month over a 12-month period. Once you've paid that fee, again you can design and create as many different tickets as you like free of charge. You'd use 1 credit to push out each ticket or voucher that you've created. There's no cost for redemption, and also the powered by Textlocal strapline from the bottom can be removed, enabling you to have a completely bespoke branded experience.
Thanks, Matt. Another question that's come in from the south of Birmingham. What if the recipient doesn't?
Yeah, you can still make good use of ticketing. Essentially, the main part of the ticketing functionality is a unique code that will relate to that customer. So if the customer doesn't have smartphone functionality, you can quite simply deliver the ticketing code rather than a ticketing link. So you'll see on the send screen, or again, if you're setting up an autoresponder, under add attachments and links, rather than including a ticketing link, we go along the route of including a ticketing code. And you'll see there, it'll literally just drop in the unique code for the person that's in that inbox. So you can still deliver the code, which can be sent to the handset. That can be then taken into store for redemption, and the number can then physically be typed into Messenger to redeem the voucher.
Okay. And can we connect it with our existing EPOS system, Matt?
We can, yeah. We have an integration API for EPOS systems as well. So as Andy mentioned, you can redeem tickets and vouchers through the Textlocal app. You can also do it directly through Messenger as well. But yeah, absolutely, we can look to integrate it with existing EPOS systems so that the redemption of vouchers matches up to existing customer data that you hold.
Okay. And how many unique codes can I generate?
It's into the sort of multi-millions towards billions, to be honest. As we looked on the screen, I think once you've got numbers, letters, and up to 12 digits in length, I think it is literally into the billions of combinations.
Okay. And then finally, I think, just before we let everybody go, what happens if someone tries to redeem a single ticket more than once, or forwards it to someone else?
Again, it's a unique code, so once it's gone out to a handset, when you go to scan it or enter the code into Messenger to redeem it, if it is a single-use ticket and it has already been redeemed, you'd receive a message notifying you that that ticket's already been redeemed and you're unable to redeem it again. So it's a useful way of cutting down on offers being exploited or taken advantage of.
Okay, thanks. I think that just about concludes today's webinar, so I thank you all for joining us. Hope you've found today useful. Clearly, as we were under time constraints, it was you know, a snapshot of sort of Messenger and functionality. If anybody on today's webinar would like maybe a personal sort of one-to-one tuition on ticketing or any other functionality within Messenger, please do make contact with us. You can contact Matt Hughes or myself, Andy Heming. You'll reach us on 01244 573 246 or 01244 573 247. That's myself and Matt's direct dials. As an email address, you'd get myself on andy.heming, that's H-E-M for mother, I-N-G, at textlocal.com, and Matt is the same format, but Matt.Hughes, and it's M-A-T.
Yeah, one T, M-A-T.Hughes, H-U-G-H-E-S, at textlocal.com. Feel free to get in touch with any questions or queries you might have.
Okay, thanks guys. Bye.
Thanks very much. Bye.